Hi everyone, I'm Suzy and welcome back to This Adulting Thing. Today I want to talk a little bit about gratitude. Naturally in life, as we kind of go through the day-to-day grind, the usual routine, we tend to take a lot of things for granted. And it's not just a you thing. If you're thinking it's just a you thing, all of us do it. Even the smallest things, getting in your car, driving to work, turning on the tap, putting on a brand new dress that you just bought. All of these things may seem kind of small, but actually, they are all things that we should be grateful for. My New Year's resolution for this year was to try and practice gratitude more. Generally, I would say I'm quite good. I am very grateful. I'm very conscious of what I have, my friends, my family, my life, being comfortable, secure, healthy, all of that stuff. I am grateful for it. But I feel like it's something that I've tried to put the focus on a little bit more this year. In the past, I say in the past, still to this day, I can complain. I will complain about things. I'll whinge if I don't want to get up. I'll complain if I have to work late one night. And that's fine. We all have those little niggles and complaints. But sometimes they can start to spiral and you start to get yourself into a bit of a negative slump. I definitely do sometimes. I will sit there and think how unfair my life is, how I could be doing X, Y, Z, how I'm not where I should be, or all of those things. I can sit and I can wallow and I can be negative. But I'm really trying not to do that anymore. Whenever I feel negative, I try and look at the positives in my current situation and be grateful for them as well. I was driving the other day and I was feeling a bit meh, as you do. And I was thinking, hold on, I'm driving my car to get from A to B. I'm not having to stand in the rain at a bus stop to get there. I'm sitting in my new Powerpuff Girl hoodie in the car, which I love. I'm not struggling to buy things that I want or things that I need. I've got finance to be able to do those things. I woke up this morning and I'm alive, I'm breathing, I'm healthy. Sometimes you have to look for the bare minimum to be grateful for, because there is always something, even if it's literally, if you are having the worst day ever, even if it is that you woke up this morning and you didn't have a cold or you had a really good sleep last night, there's always something to be grateful for in the day. For a lot of us, we live in a world where we do take a lot of stuff for granted. The majority of us are very lucky. We've been brought up with family, friends, a home, a good life, and not everyone has that. The things that we complain about suddenly get put into perspective when you see other people's situations. I can complain about adult life and all the adult things until the cows come home. And I do. I always say, I hate this adulting thing and all the stuff that I have to do. But I'm here and I'm doing it and I'm functioning and I've actually got quite a good life. And for that, I am always really grateful. I never used to really bother much about the universe and spirituality. That wasn't really my jam. But in the new year, I kind of looked into vision boards a little bit, manifestation, and ultimately I thought, well, even if it doesn't work, even if none of this works, does it make me feel better? And the answer is yeah, it does. And genuinely, some things I do believe that I've manifested into existence. Back in, I think it was 2021, I remember I was getting really fed up with dating apps and all that sort of stuff. If you haven't seen my video talking about the perils of millennial dating, then please check that out. But anyway, I was getting really fed up. And so I decided to make a boyfriend vision board. Sounds cooler than it was. It was essentially Microsoft PowerPoint and me putting on words, pictures, all these things of my ideal guy. And actually, my boyfriend now pretty much fits every single thing I put onto that vision board. It was the same with our current apartment. So essentially, before we moved in here, I was living in the worst flat. It was damp, it was mouldy, the letting agent and the landlord were absolutely terrible, and it was just a horrible place to be. And when me and my boyfriend decided to move in together, I was so nervous that we wouldn't find the right place. Every single night, I would say to my boyfriend, I would text him and say, I'm going to manifest us the perfect apartment. And there is so much trash on the rental market, so much trash. And I was so nervous that we were going to be left with one of these really trashy apartments. But every single night, I would kind of envisage what I wanted our apartment to be like, how I wanted it to feel, all of those things you're meant to do when you're manifesting. And to be honest, the apartment that we've got now is pretty much bang on what I was envisaging and what I wanted out of an apartment. Now, I'm not saying that it was the universe or anything like that, because I don't know. I would like to think that it could have just been straight up dumb luck. But either way, it worked out, and it's kind of recognizing there was a time where you wished for what you have now. There were so many evenings when I'd finish work where I would dream of being self-employed, of having my own business, where I would dream of being in a lovely apartment with a lovely guy, where I would dream of being able to online shop and get things that I liked and not having to worry about money. And when you remember that the life you have now is partially what you used to dream of having, that's when you realise how grateful you need to be for what you have. And being grateful makes you happy because it takes away all those negative vibes, all of the things you complain about on a day-to-day basis, all of those little niggly things. When you actually stop and spend some time being grateful for what you have, it does actually put you in a much better mindset. And that's not to say that you shouldn't strive for better, that you shouldn't want more, that you shouldn't want a pay rise, that you shouldn't want a better apartment, that you shouldn't want a crazy expensive designer handbag. It's not saying that you shouldn't strive for more. Go for it, strive for more, but then also take a second to be thankful for what you do have, even if it's just for a few seconds a day, and if it's the smallest little thing, just be grateful for it. And if this whole manifest and visualization thing does work, apparently if you put out those positive vibes into the universe, you get the positive vibes back. So ultimately, what's the worst that can happen? It's a win-win situation. If you're grateful and you manifest good things and they come to you, winning. If they don't come to you, you feel better about being more grateful for things. You feel better about manifesting a positive life. So that is your task. Think about one teeny tiny thing that you're grateful for today. And it doesn't even have to be major. I am grateful for this hoodie because, oh my goodness, when it is cold in the UK, which it is a lot of the time, this hoodie has saved my bacon because it is so warm and comfy and toasty. It seems like a silly thing to be grateful for, but I really am grateful for it. My life has significantly improved since having this hoodie. Show some love, show some positivity and gratitude, put a heart in the comments, and maybe the universe will listen, you never know. That is it from me for today, guys. If you liked what you have seen, then please like and subscribe to my channel. And I hope you have a lovely rest of the day, and I'll catch up with you soon.